but we have some collaboration with other communities, such as your community. So welcome back here. If you want to know something more about Rancid Box, you can scan this QR code, because we have some information about our events and all the activities on our website. If you want to book the desk, it's free. So if you want to come here to work or study, you can book the desk here. There is a red button, just simple to and just have a nice event, and thank you to be here.
Thank you very much.
Grazie.
Yes.
So I'll just leave you a second to, I saw someone taking really pictures. So it's very nice because it's a free co-working basically. So if you want to come, it's really nice and they are super nice. Come si cambia? Di qua, col tasto. Ok. I'm not a professional presenter, I'm sorry, so I don't know how to change the slides. So, since I see a lot of new faces, I will introduce a little bit what is our community. It's called Digital Marketing Community, so DMK Tribe. And we are in different countries. In Italy, we are still a small community because we just started, but it's growing. And basically, we are a bunch of marketers, creatives, entrepreneurs, but also people curious about this work. So you don't have to be an entrepreneur to be here, just to be curious. At the moment, it was born in Portugal, Lisbon and Cascais. Then we have a Barcelona site, and then of course Milan. Usually, well, I just keep this boring part of data. But the founder is Jamile, that is the person that got the idea, and with Daniel and Roberto, that is with us today, they basically are growing the community, and we are aiming to expand to other countries. So I just leave you here some more information. There are we have a monthly magazine that is also for free. And then you can volunteer, but there is also the website. Okay, here you have the magazine, but also we will send you all the information on the WhatsApp group. After the talk, we will leave you here a QR code in which you can enter the community, the WhatsApp group, and then we will approve you and we will have all the news. But also we have a website for job opportunities and also for the companies. Still building and growing up, but still, yes. So here you have all the QR codes, but we will leave you after the talk. And I will leave you the word. Okay, this is for later. Ce l'hai collegata? Vado avanti?
Sì, sì.
Ok.
It's me.
Okay.
It's me, Mario.
Roberto, thank
Hello.
you.
Grazie, Sara. Thank you. Okay, I'm very happy actually to be here because, as Sara says, like I'm from the community in Lisbon, and I really work to have the community here in Milan. And thanks to Sara, Michele, Tommaso, the other Michele, are still growing, and it's start, you know. And thanks to being all of you here, because also it's late, end of the day, maybe you're tired, but not enough to have this talk about the trends of this year. This kind of talk, usually I'm doing this kind of talk always in Lisbon at the beginning of the year. We're opening always the year with this kind of talk. Unfortunately, this year I'm in Milan and not in Lisbon, but I will do the same talk in Lisbon next month and maybe in March in Barcelona. Then it's the first time probably one talk goes to the free country. It's a test. The good point is also everything starts thanks to Jamile from a previous community, was almost dying, and Jamile was like, I want to do our community. Jamile, you saw in the picture before, she's from Colombia, and she made the community because she's a marketer, but the first objective from her side was start to talk in English in public. Then I want to pass you this message from her, because we're also looking for speakers even here in Milan, and if you travel to Lisbon or Barcelona, you can apply. You have all the details. You have also some emails, you have the WhatsApp message, and somehow you will find a way to reach us out. I'm also start to make public speaking in English thanks to Jamile, because I was always shy and always scared, and for sure you will find some mistakes during my talk. But I hope I will give you my message and the topic of the talk. Who I am, because probably a lot of you doesn't know me. I'm a digital advertiser. I started to work with the social media since the beginning when Facebook arrives in Italy, because I'm from Italy. I'm based in Lisbon since 13 years now. I was doing my Erasmus there. After the Erasmus, I found out Facebook was in Lisbon with the Marketing Expert project. I was optimizing the advertising of different companies around the EMEA market, especially for Italy and Switzerland and France. There I met my actual business partner, Alex, which is German, half Scottish, half German. I'm also half Scottish, actually, and half Italian, and other 2 Italians. And we found, after 3 years of experience in the Facebook office, where we are optimizing the advertising in the office, around 150 clients per quarter, we decided to found our own agency. During these years, actually, we celebrate 8 years recently. Then it's 8 years ADV Plus existing. We start to run only meta ads, then we add other channels, we start to offer other services. And since 2 years and a half, we also offering AI consultation, how to implement AI in the marketing processes and how to use the different tools. And of course, I'm proud to be part of this community because it gives me a lot. I was also saying to someone before just to meet, I know there's someone from Colombia and other countries, and I'm very, very happy to see a lot of countries tonight, and of course Italy. Basically, what I'm doing, I'm still doing the stuff I was doing before. I also liked more the part of AI implementation. Then I really focused on that part. Last week also I was in Bocconi University at the AI Festival. We also organize, I was saying like in Lisbon, basically we're organizing 3 talks per month, 1 co-working day, 1 networking event per month. Right now in Milan, since the community is still small, we are doing 1 talk and 1 networking. And if you want to check out, you find everything on meetup.com under DMK Tribe. And next month we already have 1 talk and networking, and you can already subscribe. And since we are doing a lot of events in Lisbon, DMK gave me a lot. With the ADV Plus also, we're doing workshops and monthly talks and networking events also from our side, since we are based in Lisbon, and every year we have the Web Summit run there. And you can see some brands I worked with in the past, and I'm working right now in this moment. And you can also see some events where you can find me. I'm a speaker in different events. There's an event, it was previously the Web Marketing Festival in Rimini. Now it's in Bologna, and that was rebranding We Make Future. The AI Festival in Bocconi, the social media strategies in Bologna. The Inspire Day, it's also a super vertical LinkedIn event. It's going to be in Italian, actually. And it's going to be actually this week on Thursday and Friday. That's why also I'm here in Italy for that event. Netcom, it's the e-commerce event you find here in Milan. And the Web Summit, it's in Lisbon. Okay, let's go and start with this part. Basically, digital marketing trends are always evolving. It's not a matter of the period of the time. No, it's not only at the beginning of the year, of course. It's just the hook to catch your attention and bring you here. But we are in an era where everything is evolving so fast, and we need to be very, we have to be careful and pay attention on everything. And that's also, in my experience, that was also in the past, it's right now, and it's going to be in the future. Then I'm going to start in some parts. The first part, it's basically, it's not about the new tools. Right now there is a big hype regarding the AI tools. You see someone start to talk about that tool, then you feel like a little bit shy because you didn't try yet and you don't know how to use in the better way. But the best approach right now, it's not only AI, of course, you have the multiple softwares. The best approach, what I'm suggesting always to my team, to my business partner, to my clients when I'm doing the coachings, is to understand where you need to implement that, in which part of the workflow, why you need that tool and why you don't have that tool, right? And basically, it's not about anymore about the marketing in the classic way, but we're gonna move forward where we're gonna even reach the point to talk about not anymore about B2C and B2B only, but we're gonna talk about B2M, which is the business to machine, because we have to learn how to talk with the machine, since also AI starts to be everywhere, in our phones, in all the platforms, in all the search platforms. Okay, then the old model is breaking, basically. In the last cycle, a lot of teams, they were doing like, let's test it out and launch and hope, publish content, run campaigns, tweak targeting, and basically right now this model it's going to be broke completely, and because all the platforms already automate their decision, and we are not talking about only generative AI when we are talking about AI, but we are talking about predictive AI, because all the platforms now, they are integrating this new AI, and they know how to, would say like, to read the future, you know? Then basically the performance transform in a test and learn discipline, and then we can talk about like we are moving from an attention economy where was like, okay, I have to get my clients pay attention on me, but we also have to get the attention of the machines and about the AI, okay? Of course, it's this also what we are noticing in our agency. It's my personal opinion. I want to share with you. Of course, also, if you have a different point of view, there's gonna be like 5-10 minutes at the end for some questions, and also if you want to share your experience. Then, as a spoiler before, we need to teach machines what we are, and we need to design systems that learn continuously, okay? Basically, it's not anymore only B2C and B2B, but we need to talk about B2M, because they have to understand what we are and what we are doing. And it's not AI at the beginning was a feature, now it's not anymore a feature, it's an infrastructure. If we are not using, what I'm seeing right now is, back in the days when I started to work, I was very young, I was doing communication and marketing in Pisa University in Tuscany, and I was already focused on social media. I remember I also randomly sent that email like to subscribe Facebook to all my professors, and my professor, the day later, they asked me, what is that? What is Facebook? And I say, I don't know. It's something coming, probably something new. I remember also start the same way with LinkedIn, and everything start like the communication, like in that time, the communication agency, they didn't like the social media coming in, and they were like very lazy to approach them. And also companies and businesses, they didn't understand since the beginning the big potential of that power of the social media. And right now I'm seeing a kind of deja vu, because right now I'm doing a lot of coachings to agencies, I'm doing a lot of coaching to companies, and more or less it's like always the way, like the mindset, we need to understand, but let's take time to apply that. Let's take time to get that budget for that course, you know. And I like to pass this message, because what I'm seeing is a lot of agencies, freelance, clients, like companies, they want to postpone this. But if you're postponing, there is a big risk that your competitor will pass in front of you and take the advantages, okay? Of course, I don't want to give you also too much stress tonight, and we have to do it step by step. But of course, it's good to keep the eyes open and try to understand what's going next. Then, the old question, should we use AI? It's already obsolete, because the new one is, where does AI sit in our workflows, and what's the human standard of quality we enforce? Then it's already operating as an infrastructure, and that helps the speed and efficiency of the results. That come teams treating AI as an infrastructure, then who's gonna use that as an infrastructure? It's gonna move faster, test more variations, and dramatically reduce waste spend. Just to understand who's gonna do? Who's gonna run ads? Who's running ads on social media and Google here? Okay. Who's doing email marketing? Okay. Who's doing SEO? Okay. Who's doing geo? We start to try to make geo, no? Kind of. Okay. What about there? I saw some hands. Okay. You're trying to find the way, right? Okay. Who's gonna do other things, like other part of marketing? I don't know, consultancy for personal branding, other channels like LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, just to understand also who's in the audience, okay? For me, it's more relevant in that way. I can also stay focused in different points. Then, how many of you using paid AI tools? Okay. Who's using only free versions? Okay. Who's using ChatGPT? Okay. What's new? Who's using Gemini? Okay. Perplexity? Okay. Claude? Okay. Grok? I'm curious. Only you? No, two. Okay. Manus? Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. Someone of you has some difficulty when are you using AI and you don't find a way to get the right response you want? Who has that? Okay. How you approach this? What are you doing when you need to get the right answer? Are you trying also to switch models?
Yes.
Okay. What about also?
Basically, I insult the AI.
Okay.
Because she's so stupid. Yeah. Because she don't get what I was talking to her.
Okay. And then it's performing better, or?
99% of the time it performs better.
Okay. Okay. The other day, for example, with Sarah, you saw before Sarah, we were playing cards, and the other day we didn't know a rule about an Italian game with cards, and you know when ChatGPT gave you like two answers, pick the best one.
Yeah.
Basically, one was saying yes, and the other one was saying no. And I was like, what the heck? And Sarah said, okay, thanks for ChatGPT. We have to search in another channel. But yeah, basically, here, of course, you need to approach, and as I said before, if that doesn't work, what I'm saying is, first, try to test other tools. And my tip always is, if you don't get the results right now, especially also not only generative text, but if we are talking about pictures or videos or translations or coding, to try out like in a couple of months, because I don't know if you approach also at the beginning, but it's getting better and better and better. Any of you do using AI for generating pictures? Okay, videos? Okay. Now, here I have a short message. If you are good on video generating, we're looking for a freelance for ADV+. Then we can also talk about later. But yeah, actually right now it's really hard to find a very good one with AI video generating. And if some one of you are investigating what are the next steps for your career, I would definitely go in that direction. But yeah, okay. Generative content becomes foundational because drafting, adapting, translating, repurposing. One of the best tips I can give you, for example, it's the repurposing. For example, if you start from the email marketing and you want to make the post about that on LinkedIn, you can ask to repurpose that for LinkedIn. And you can even ask to make the script to make a reel or a TikTok, based also on the tone of voice you have on your channel, right? And even like, you can even play a lot with a unique prompt and start with, of course, the paid version and the advanced model, but you can even ask for different channels with one prompt, because what I'm seeing is right now, a big time consuming is doing once per channel and doing prompt all the different time. Also, another tip I can give you regarding prompting, of course, prompting is very important, but you can even play and get better prompts with the tool, and you can ask, how can I improve this prompt? But what we are doing also, we have a big Excel file with a lot of prompts regarding that. Depends, for example, for each client. Of course, we have the custom GPTs. Who's using custom GPTs? Okay, if you don't know that, check it out. It's basically build your own agent on ChatGPT and giving you the instruction. You can even close in some PDF and some attachment files, or you can that one can also go open on the internet. Just to give you an example, I was working with Veronesi Foundation, which is a big cancer research here in Milan, and their big problem was this kind of repurposing task. And what they were asking this content to ChatGPT, ChatGPT was getting data, of course, outside from US, from America, for example, data of cancer, was getting data of cancer in 2000 instead of 2020, for example. Then what we made with them is we built a specific custom GPT, and instead to make it like open for the web, and we made a lot of PDF with a lot of resources they have internally with all the data, all the research, or the analysis, or all the analysis, and we keep all the data clean thanks to that. Then, if you always work, for example, if you're a freelance, you will work on your own project. I would suggest, for example, to doing your own custom GPT for yourself. If you have clients, for each client, for that specific task, I would prefer to have like a specific custom GPT. As you have custom GPTs, you have the gems on Gemini, and you have the ones in Perplexity, okay? And part of that also, I think probably a lot of you knows that, this part, but what we are also, in which direction we are moving to is instead to using only the generative AI, now we also talk about agenting browser with the agents inside, okay? I don't know if you never saw Comet from Perplexity. Yeah. Okay. Basically, you can even ask to find a flight in different websites, and it will run automatically. But you have also the same function on ChatGPT when you ask to navigate and browser inside the chat, okay? The good point also is in AI Festival, I was moderating one of the biggest rooms about strategy, and I saw a lot of new ideas or better, new projects and what's coming next that I felt like this is just the beginning. One of the best topic I moderate the other day was a guy talking about generative websites, agentic websites for his own. Basically, on your website, imagine you have like the script of ChatGPT, where you ask like something. You implement that not as a chatbot, but that space inside the website. And imagine you are doing e-commerce. You are selling kitchens for houses, and you're looking for something specific. What that's doing is generating a specific landing page, super professional, with super good pictures, for that specific client, and that page exists just for that client, okay? Then imagine instead of being in the chat, to have like a dynamic website where even you understand the trends before they became trends, you know? And the good part also, apparently, because I'm still like surprised, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, the guy was saying like, you can even make an archive of your landing pages, and some of your team can go and check which landing page got generated from the clients, and you can decide to publish on your own website, okay? Yeah, it's more than an A/B test, because before, imagine, when you were doing an A/B test, you were doing with 2 landing pages, but now you have unlimited landing pages because the AI helps you. Of course, I was asking to the guy, it's already good on everything, and also a lot of people from the audiences make a lot of questions, and it was like, it started to be good, but I was asking also in the backstage, how much the time do you think? It was saying like around 1 year, this is gonna be the next step. Then, of course, to have like just a website for a company is not just an asset anymore, but you need to update even that part. Okay, just to give you a big overview of this part, and also how I am surprised also about this part, because I'm also learning. I'm not like a super expert pro. I'm always testing, and I'm also studying by myself in different academies online. Also, YouTube is a very good source if you want to learn. But every day also I have that kind of hype, like, there's a new tool I don't know how to use. But I would say like since 1 year now, I'm also focused on my stuff, and I would just cut half hour, 1 hour, just to explore some videos during my week, okay? I work a lot with time blocking. And for me, since I'm working for myself, it's a very good strategy, especially when you have lack of times or you're not managing to doing all the tasks. But of course, also I'm postponing stuff, which is, for example, going to the gym, which is not good. But it's always good. Right now, I have a lot of trainings next month, and I ask Perplexity to help me. I give all the trainings I have to give to in presence and online. And you want to share something, please?
Yes, I wanted to tell about Perplexity because I'm one of the
Okay.
Perplexity. And when agent come in the world, this
Comet.
it was used first, whom?
Uh-huh.
Whom? It was used by people that scrub pages.
Yeah.
They steal content. Is it automatically steal content? Login, make login. It's very.
It's generating content inside the website when you
not
can.
generating, but stealing content from
Okay.
real shops, prices.
Yeah. That's good too.
It does all the work.
Mm-hmm.
It's great, but it's it's a little bit frightening.
It's a little bit
Horrible.
horrible
From my yes,
because it's not.
Yes. It's
Okay.
stealing content.
Yeah, but that's if they start to do it, also other agents gonna start to do it, And on the other hand, we have to understand what we have to do, actually, And that's why also we are here. But yeah.
I think it's just a feature. I mean, for example, I used yesterday for work of clothes to not to steal, but to transfer all like 200 blog article from an old CMS of my client inside a new one I'm projecting, I'm developing in WordPress. It's just about the feature, like a knife. It's good for a chef to cut meat and fish, but who can control everybody to don't use it in a bad way? You know what I mean? I don't know if...
Yeah. Of course, also.
I understand.
Okay.
It's like
Sorry, my English is bad, so
Here, one of the biggest topic also we talk about on the AI festival, it's the ethics about using AI, right? And right now also Europe approached the AI Act, but of course, if you're checking all the tools, there's very low percentage they are in Europe and all the others are outside Europe. Then that's also not a good stuff, I would say, right? But yeah, it's in this case, for example, if you want to steal stuff from your competitor and they didn't optimize for geo, for the search from the AI, You can even steal, and you can even optimize for the AI. But that worked also in the past, I would say, because there were also ways to scrape stuff even before, no? I think. I'm not a big fan. I never use, also for myself, but yeah. Anyway, let's move forward because we have also time, we have to be careful. This is about producing more content, but it's about producing more relevant variations. And just to give you an example, probably some of you knows, Meta ads need a lot of creativity with Andromeda and all Lattice and all the AI they implement inside. And for example, as an agency owner, the problem of creativity always exists, and now it's even more heavy. But in the other hand, I would say like with AI tools now it's even lighter, even like writing scripts, giving ideas, but even like generating different variants of colors or pictures or videos. Some of you probably are here thanks to an ad. I was just doing a test before the event, and ADV Plus invests a little bit of money just to also make the community grow. And we use the banner of the event with my face, which is usually, in my case and my clients, human always wins in the creativity. But I randomly made a note. If you are in Milan, you need to know this. Who saw that? Okay.
No, maybe I think I see the screenshot of a note.
Of a note, yeah, that was exactly that one. And where I was explaining, like with the bullet points, 2 events per month, networking event, and then you were going inside and give the lead and subscribe the event. And that spent all the budget. And I was also saying to Sarah the other day, I have just a creativity. I feel so guilty because I'm always push my clients to have more creativities. But it was like 1:30 in the night, and I was like, let's try the note, because I saw an ad half hour before. I never test the note idea. That works a lot. Now I apply all of my clients. I want to see e-commerce and stuff like that, if that works. But basically, on Meta now, even when you have higher budgets and everything, you need to have a lot of variants, and even like AI, Meta AI is doing a lot of shit stuff because it's modifying a lot of stuff. For example, also even on the ad you saw, usually when you open the lead form, you see the description entirely. When I saw the ad, because I was also doing retargeting regarding the website and everything, I saw just the first 3 lines. And basically, tonight, just to share some details, we got 80 subscribed for the event from that lead form, plus the meetup, plus Eventbrite. But apparently, when I contact them, some of them, they didn't reply. Some of them, they were like afraid the event was in Italian. And some of them, they didn't understand that was the event. Because also we go so fast, we are not reading. And even the platform changing your assets how it wants. Another very horrible case was, for example, I don't remember, it was like a holiday in Norway, and Meta AI decided to put randomly Mexican music on it. And the client saw it and said, what the heck, why did you put Mexican music? And that starts automatically, and it's very horrible. But on the other hand, if you manage to make a lot of creativity, it's always good. And I was giving the example before, it's not anymore A/B test, but maybe you can test a lot more in the upcoming months. Okay. For years, was limited by manual effort, because also I know here Chiara. She's my friend, but she's also my client, I would say. When we need a landing page, how much time it took. Like, we need to rebuild the landing page. We have to make the copies for the ads. She ran ads for the company. And it takes time, right? Now, if you want different variants, of course, you get multiples. But it's going to be also good for the landing pages, for the email, even like the website, and all the different segments. Okay. Then predictive marketing and next best action. Then identify the intent. Then what you have to do for your strategies to understand the intent and identify who is likely to buy, who is about to churn, and which signals matter most. Then try to understand what is the action they're gonna do. The system determines which step will move a personal forward email, content, or demo, or a discount, or a human call. Then imagine like you're doing lead generation, the machine already understands, and that's already working on. When you're doing lead ads on Meta, you can even make the A/B test to send them on landing page or on lead form, because Meta already knows Paola, for example, usually subscribe through the landing page, Roberto subscribe through the form on Meta. And that's gonna be more complex. Imagine you have like a sales team. Instead to go directly to a call center to have the phone call, they know that number doesn't pick the calls, and then it's gonna go like an email, okay?
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Is it true that Facebook can read the call you make and make, like you said, content?
Can you say again the play?
You calling from your phone, you have Facebook, and it's reading the call, or it's just a myth, in your opinion?
No, it's regarding like the system you're gonna adopt,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
It's not Facebook is calling you back. That's,
I'm
yeah.
asking you if Facebook can
Has data, of course. Like also they own WhatsApp.
real-time calls. In your opinion?
I don't know.
You expect,
I don't know if also they buy in the past when the regulation they were not on, you know? Like, I don't know. I can't say that. Trigger automatically, marketing becomes less calendar driven and more intent driven. Just to give you the example, instead to switch on and off the different angle and different approach, the system will understand if the November promotion is not good anymore for the client. It will move to other creativity, for example. Okay, and then the user demonstrates readiness. AI doesn't just react, anticipate, and optimize in time. Agentic automation. We already talked about the campaigns. Instead of building one campaign and babysitting it, basically, as an advertiser, we were more technicians before. Now we have to move a little bit more on the part of the creativity and approach that part more than the technique. Also, Meta is implementing this AI everywhere. It's also they also buy Manos. I was mentioning before. The Manos, it's from China, which is also a great combo that never happened before, which is a US company buy a China AI. And I'm very curious to understand how it's gonna work. And apparently, between yesterday and today, they released the news that inside your Instagram or WhatsApp or Facebook, you can decide to have a paid plan like ChatGPT to use better AI inside the same softwares. Then that means it's gonna be competitive as Meta AI, it's gonna be competitive as ChatGPT. It's a kind of challenge, again, which is probably, we don't know if Meta will win or lost as in the past. But apparently, as you pay to have like the blue tick and check the verification profile, you can pay to have like a better AI inside your platform. Imagine also on Instagram, you want to brainstorm inside Instagram, you want to make the idea to create something like a copy or the script, you can do it from there. And actually in some accounts that appears to me, not the paid version, but already appears like to make a different font or to make a better copy. The most of the time doesn't work yet, but it's implementing. European context. We were talking about regulation, privacy, and of course also the ethic part. In Europe, the reality right now, Europe adds a layer you can't ignore. That means it's regulation. There are a lot of frameworks regarding privacy. They highlight consumer expectations about transparency and consent, okay? The opportunity is European customers are increasingly sensitive to how their data is used. My suggestion is also to build your own CRM, your own data system. It's still like, if you already have a CRM, that looks like basic, but I can guarantee you there are a lot of freelance and a lot of clients that don't have yet. And for example, last year, we had the example when TikTok switched off for 1 day because for the US regulation, and also they switch off automatically CapCut. And basically, if your business was only on TikTok for a couple of days, even if you were running ads, you lose a lot of money just in 2 days, okay? Then it's always good to differentiate and also check it out always if the regulation is good with the platform you're using. And of course, if you're using AI platforms to don't share sensitive data, then it's always good to check it out which new systems, the CRM, and all of these new tools, for example, the HubSpot existing already since more than 10 years. I was using HubSpot in 2016, and it was already a good tool. I'm just curious to understand what is the next tool as a CRM with a great AI implementation to doing all the parts we were talking about marketing, right? And I don't know that. And if you discover something, let me know, okay? Please reach me out. The strategy, the winning place first-party data, done ethically. Preference capture, clean CRM, high-quality content, and value exchange that customers actually want and appreciate. And greater control. Then, if you move forward to start using your own systems, and you're not depending only with a platform, and the platform can change the algorithm, can change even like the interface. Imagine if tomorrow, for example, Instagram decide to run only posts made by AI, which is a nightmare. But if they want to push their own tools just to make people play with their own tool about creative new videos, and they want to give more views on that, and you don't want to do that, you have to differentiate in other channels, or you have to find a way to show yourself, right? And actually, remember, the biggest KPI for a platform like a social media, it's the time spent per user inside the platform. Then it's always good to keep the people inside the platform and have that data higher each year, right? Then just consider it also to have your own blog, try to understand how you can optimize for the geo, and how you can use YouTube and also other platforms. Independence from third-party restrictions, what we already talked about, and privacy compliance, just to be transparent with your clients, and the clients will trust you. For example, there was a lack of security with TikTok, and when that lack of security was in TikTok, a lot of people, they stopped to use it. But of course, I'm pretty convinced they restart to use it. But it's always good to be clear and transparent and don't do like very bad stuff with the data. And also, if you own your data and you find the good tool to optimize the engagement and show relevant experiences, imagine you have an e-commerce and you can I think also Shopify is moving forward to that direction, just to mention one platform. Probably I'm not gonna see anymore the same home page she's gonna see and is gonna see, but probably we're gonna see 3 different home pages, because with the data of the navigation, recognize that I was more focused on a specific pair of shoes instead of the other, or I like specific products. Advanced measurement, and inside always to check it out if you can get more data, but of course it's also hard to get 100% of tracking. Right now also the social advertising, rising cost and rising competition. And we work a lot with the European market, but we have also some clients in US. And also that's the news of Zuckerberg saying like, we don't need any more advertisers because we are improving our AI, and it's gonna be, you put your card, you say your objective, and we do your stuff. Like we will run ads for you. I will never trust that, or probably in 10 years we will do, but we are not there yet. But of course, in the other side, you need a data analyst, or you need always to understand how it works and to check it out if the machine makes good. Just to bring you a case regarding like competition and a lot of cost, we have this case, it's valentinagiorgi.com, it's like a brand fashion brand. She made woman bags, she's the fashion designer. I work with her since I was in Facebook, then when I jump out, she reached me out and we start to collaborate again. And basically she's doing like, just to give you an overview, she's doing woman bags, very particular ones, and it's not for everyone, of course. And the range of price is between 120 to 200 euro. Then it's not cheap, but it's also not expensive. And it's also made everything in Italy with good products. It's not leather. But basically, during the years, she was doing a lot of investment between Meta, but we also start to approach TikTok. And then before COVID, I was pushing her, you need to start to make TikTok. And she was also have that kind of block, like TikTok is not for me, TikTok is for the dancers, babies, I don't need that. But then she started to approach. Then we reached the point that Meta was not performing so good like in the past, especially on the Q4, because everyone ran ads on that specific time. And if you're not an advertiser, just to give you more context, you're not compete against your direct competitor, but you compete with all the other advertisers. Then we start to approach the new tone of voice and the new way how to make content on the profiles. And first of all, the first optimization was, Valentina, your brand is called like you. And people, they were not seeing, like she was not showing herself at all. Just a picture on the website, no content at all. Then she started to make content. From photo, we passed to video. From video, we do the optimization of the assets. From the real style, we pass to the TikTok style. You know, like a more quicker content, instead of a longer outfit video of 1 minute, we were doing it in 30 seconds with a great hook, with a great keyword. Then from this style, we pass to this style, which is like the TikTok style, replying to the comments. We even use in advertising these ones. And here, just to give a context, we were spending like 4,255. The cost was 25 euro per purchase. And we also run different creativities. And it was like an average. You see, like when you have also different creativity, the budget spend, it's different percentage, but you have also higher or lower cost, right? Then we optimize the creativity. I'm gonna send you the presentation and you can check it out, the creativity that we were using before. And you can see also the new example. I'm not gonna play because she's gonna talk, and you're gonna get you're gonna move your attention to her, not to me. But they're very hooky because also what she's doing is showing what is inside the bag. Then it's something, get the attention with the hook, and you want to see what is inside and how much stuff is inside. And that's also good creativity. Then we start to approach TikTok in 2024. From 2019, we start to run ads in 2024, just to give you the idea. But I was pushing and pushing and pushing, you know, like my first objective was to put her in the camera. Then instead only pictures, doing videos. Then TikTok, then we made it. The cost for conversion was like 10 euro or 7 euro. And as you can see, Meta against TikTok on the retargeting campaign and the cold audience, there was a huge difference. And basically what we notice here is, okay, a channel works for you probably for years, but you have to test it out also other channels, because also probably the audience is there. In Italy also a lot of people that are convinced only young people are there, but it's not anymore like this. And we brought the budget from 3,000 per month on TikTok to 8,000 per month, and we start to sell even more. And basically, it's also good. Meta, when it's not like overload of Black Friday and Christmas period, it's still good, and it's still like with the cost per CPA, it's lower. Like it's on the same page on TikTok, but of course also the last quarter it's a super important period, and we like to show also this case, like differentiate the channels and try to understand how to approach. Of course, also, we consider ourselves as an agency lucky because she's very good to make content. And if you don't have that point, it's really hard. But you can still take creators to make like user-generated content, and it works good. Then authenticity becomes the moat. Creator-style content, user-generated content, the behind-the-scenes moments are working super good organic-wise and ads-wise, and the human storytelling win because they fit the culture of the feed. And then, basically, I was already spoiling before. I was talking about it's not only search now, but we have to approach also, we have to understand how to build our content for the geo, the generative engine optimization. And I put here some tips, basically from keywords to conversation. Then if the people they were looking like through keywords when they were looking for something on Google or other search devices, now it's asking and search the authoritative search. And even Google start to have the AI overview. And you need to understand how you can end there, and how can Google on the AI overview can suggest you there, right? And while SEO is increasingly saturated, the geo offer a fresh frontier because it's a mix of clarity, relevance, and data structure instead of the backlink used in the SEO. Then, if SEO helps you to be found, geo ensures you are recommended by the AI providing the answer, okay? Then, I don't have a very good recipe yet to doing a very good geo. I'm talking a lot with one of the biggest SEO experts in Italy, which is called Giorgio Taverniti, and he's the founder of the We Make Future event, the AI Festival, and the Search Connect. And they're still like understanding how they're gonna evolve this, and we are in this phase. But we have to be careful, especially if you have to drive a lot of traffic, how to get to optimize for all the devices with AI, right? Then here I asked him some details, and he gave me. You can find on the. I'm not a geo expert, but I need for my clients, and I need to understand how it works, but I'm not like a specialist. Same with Google Ads. But here this was an example I was doing on last year presentation. I was already like asking for a pair of trekking shoes or hiking shoes. And it was saying like, would you like me to help you find retailers near you or compare prices online? That was ChatGPT 4. And was already saying like some options in Madeira. The weirdest part last year was when I was doing the screenshot, I wasn't in Madeira, which is the little island in Portugal, but I was in Portugal. I was in Lisbon. But the day before, I was with my friend at home talking about at what time you have the flight for Madeira tomorrow. And I was like, okay, it's not only Google and Meta listen us, but even ChatGPT. And I even asked like, why Madeira? And he was like, it seems there was a mix-up, but I found out basically he was listening the day before, okay? But if you ask them, they say, no, we're not listening. Then we go back on that detail, okay? And then here was already the map. But imagine like how much, if people they start to behave to search for that on ChatGPT or other AI, you have to find out how to be there, okay? Omnichannel marketing. Here it's the classic omnichannel marketing. It's a very long model. On the top you have the digital touch point. On the bottom, you have the physical and offline touch point. What I'm suggesting always to my clients to check it out, which you can apply for your strategy, which one are you good on it, and which one you need to optimize, okay? Then I also leave you the full, I made with my iPad, because it was so hard to make everything on Canva, but I think it's understandable. But basically, it's the classic funnel, the old style funnel. But also, you have to be careful, because the other day, one client was already, okay, I switch off the SEO expert, I get the geo. I said, no, this is too much early. You have to be good in both sides, right? Then just to make a brainstorming, always check it out what you can do for your full strategy. This is a kind of big picture, okay? Also, communities are reshaping how brands connect with people. It's always good to have a community connect to the brand, especially if you have like an e-commerce or you're doing lead generation. And actually, this is an example. It's not like a brand. We don't want to sell anything for now. For now, I'm not joking. But it's always good to, right now we are always on screens. It's always good to have also offline communities and stuff like that. And engage people with experiences, discussions, and support, and not just sales. Because also TikTok and other platforms are entertainment platforms, and it's always good to balance this kind of experience. Also, you have the different platforms, but I'm not going to be focused on that. What's shaping the future of social media here? Because a lot of people are always asking me what to do in Instagram, just to give an example. Then you have like a kind of update list, and what you can do if you're not doing yet well Instagram for the next month. Probably at the end of the year, it's going to already change, but if you want to apply this in the next weeks, it's going to be good. Then, of course, Instagram, it's like TikTok, has the For You session, and has more the AI-driven discovery engine. The search bar, it works with AI, and show you what is more relevant for you. Video Reels keeps leading, but winners look more like TV programming. Basically now with the Reels, you can even send to the part 2, and you can add the links on Reels. That's a good strategy. Just to also keep the KPI for Instagram to keep the people inside the platform. DM stories and communities are the new relationship layer, more private, less public, because on the DMs it's where the magic happens, even like between brands and people, because when a user starts to talk with the brand and even the brand page starts to reply, it looks like very engaging, okay? Algorithm rewards clear topics and real engagement signals, shares, saves, and watch time. And one-line prediction, Instagram will shift from posting content to building a repeatable show plus a communities in DMs, okay? Then what to do now? What we are suggesting is to go Reels first with the hook, with a strong hook on the first 2 seconds, fast pacing, subtitles, and tight edits. Build to recurring series, same structure, same team, episodes beat random post. Use carousels for save and search. First problem, then the method, then examples, and then the checklist. Treat stories as DMs as your main funnels with the pools, the Q&A, DM me to the keyword, CTA, and probably also connect with the historic ManyChat. Nail topic clarity, always have the 70% of your topics as a core, 20% to test new topics, and 10% the human behind the scenes, okay? It's always a good balance. And use AI to produce better. If you have a lack of ideas, if you have a lack of hooks, if you have a lack of edits, go and check with AI, and if Meta start to have that ecosystem built better, start to use that one, because of course, if you're using the AI inside Instagram, of course it's gonna give you more visibility. Social media is in the storefront. There's the forecast in social commerce revenue by 2028 is 1 trillion globally. AI creates feeds and suggests highly personalized content. Then users always expect more relevant content. When they see something like, why I'm seeing this, it's super weird. And you have to find a way also how to approach that. Always put keywords on the copies, and works like old-style SEO even for your copies. And advertising also optimizing creativity with with the new Advantage Plus and stuff, what we already talked about. Then, in my opinion, just to close the talk, the biggest trend is still like the same as the last year one. And guess which one it is? Who want to try to guess? That way I drink a bit of water. Nobody? Keep being?
Keep being creative.
Creative, okay. Almost there.
Personal brand and focus on person.
Person. Then basically, the biggest trend saying human. And that was the same message last year. And I didn't recycle because I didn't want to make the slide, but that's my personal opinion. And that stays like that. And as we embrace new technology and adapt to ever-changing trends, the biggest point is to being human. And sometimes it's also hard to stay human because we go fast. And it's about understanding, connecting, and remain empathetic. And then before wrapping up here, the 3 key points, and I will never get tired to say this when you're doing this kind of work. The first one is stay update. The digital world moves fast, so should we stay update too? Stay patient, because there are a lot of bugs there. And also, when you're using the platforms, you need to breathe. But on the other hand, also, even if your boss, if you work for someone and your boss wants everything immediately, make them understand that it takes time to get results. Probably with AI, it's going to be faster than before. I can't guarantee you, but we need time. Last point, stay true. Authenticity will always resonate louder than automation. And I put also the different trends, in my opinion, with the problem situation, what you can do, and the suggested tools you can approach them. There are like 3 pages you can find on the presentation we're going to send to you. And last point, trends can show you the direction, but staying updated gives you the advantage. The real winners aren't the ones who chase what's new. They are the ones who test it fast, listen harder, and build what their audience actually wants. And in a world powered by technology, staying human will be the real differentiator, using the tools without losing the voice. I think I'm over. If you want to stay updated, you have questions even in the next 3 weeks, but it's question time, then don't be shy, please. Thank you. Please.